What is love? That question has plagued and haunted minds across this world for ever since the dawn of time, probably. It's a question that few of us can solve, and even fewer have even tried to. You confused? Yeah, so was I was actually writing the script. I'm telling you, when I was writing the script, I was looking at myself like, what do you know what you're talking about for real? Yes, this video is in fact scripted, one of the first and probably last videos that I will probably sit down and actually make a script for. But that's beside the point. Hey, how you doing? Anyone new here? My name is Okai Kami, and today, My Okai Samurai, we're going to dive into the question, what is love? I will actually be talking through, my anime persona, Okai. Y'all seen him in some animations. But, that's not what we're here for. Now, without further ado, roll the intro! Start with the dictionary definition and try to build off of that. So the dictionary definition of love is actually very simple, and we're going to split it into noun and verb. So the noun definition is actually an intense feeling of deep affection. This actually makes sense considering when we refer to loving something or someone, it is a very deep feeling of affection and caring and stuff like that. That doesn't really begin to scratch the surface of what it really is, but we can try the verb definition, and that is an intense feeling or to feel deep affection for someone. Now, obviously, we could just, take it at face value. Yeah, that's the definition, I guess what it is. But that doesn't really tell us that much now, does it? Love is a lot more complex than just a 6-word definition. And let's be honest here. The entirety of love is something that really can't be explained with just one YouTube video and a couple of stiff animations by me. But hey, I'm trying my best out here. But love is something that everyone has felt, even if they didn't know it yet. And so, my brothers and sisters, let's start by dividing the different types of love. There are 3 types, or, I've separated the 3 types. First on the list is parental love, which is the most common one, love from parents. It's special because it's the kind of love that can shape who you are and who you turn out to be. If your parents love, care, and are there for you in your times of need, in times of direction, in times of pain, it can really decide what person you grow into. It's the love that we are exposed to first. It's the first love we're exposed to. And it usually shapes the way that we love somebody, like our partners or our friends. And this is a cruel world we live in. So a lot of people don't get exposed to good parental love. And because of that, sometimes they don't know how to love people correctly or don't know what real love even feels like. But the second, which is friendship love, it's the love that you share between you and your friend. It's a bond that you form over time. Maybe something you both enjoy, or a teacher you hate, or even a video game like Fighters or Xenoverse. Friendship love is usually the second type that we experience. It is one of the most important because your friends are the ones that are there for you. Friendship love is special because it's a type of love that is built and earned. It can form a beautiful bond, like 2 people against the world, pretty much. And a good friendship is amazing to have and really hard to work together and get through. But a friend can also be dangerous. People change. They can backstab you. They can talk about you, sabotage you, disappoint you, belittle you. A bad friendship is like a snake injecting its venom into you, but a toxic friendship can make you become that same snake. And it's sad because this is love that I feel is really important, because a lot of us are quick to judge because of our friends or what they have said. A lot of us are quick to take action when our friends tell us something, we take it as fact. And nowadays, barely anyone wants to see their friends happy. Barely anyone wants to actually see people happy when they aren't. And it's sad because that hurts, But that doesn't mean it's not worth it. Friendship of a good friend can become as close as family to some. And the final type, which in my eyes may be the most important and powerful, is relationship love. This love is probably the most important and the most powerful. When you find someone that loves you for all your little quirks, all your imperfections and pain, it is an amazing feeling, to be honest. And it's a feeling that can last for years and years if the fire is taken care of properly. This is the hardest thing to actually earn, and it's the one that is hardest to take care of. But at the same time, it is the love that blooms the most beautiful flowers, and it has the most beautiful moments. Now, there are some that even know that this type of love exists or have never even seen love this way. But it exists, and it's something so powerful, yet almost no one actually talks about it or actually knows how amazing it really is. I mean, for some, love could be you just hanging out with your friends. Some chalk that up to a feeling of love. But for now, let's talk about all the different instances of love. For some, love comes as naturally as breathing. They could say I love you to almost anyone, and they wouldn't bat an eye about it. For others, the words I love you is like a bullet to the heart. It could be something that they could never dream of saying to anyone else. It is something that they can barely say to themselves. Or maybe love is something that's reserved for some. It's something that they don't give out unless people earn it. So many different people, which means love can have different definitions for people across the world. For some, love is sought after, like a fabled treasure, forever out of the adventurer's grasp. Love is very fickle that way. Love is something that has never changed, but at the same time, it's always changing. That's something, ain't it? It's like a constant in everyone's life, something that everyone is aware of, yet it almost comes at a complete surprise to us all. Think about it. Now, let's dive into the relationship, shall we? Think about the time that you really had a crush on someone. About the time that you really realized that, hey, I kind of know this person. Seems kind of cute. She seemed kind of cute. Did your palms get sweaty when you thought about them? Did you get nervous? Did your throat go dry? Did you really think of what it would be like to be that person's girlfriend or boyfriend? Now, some of you are probably thinking, wait a minute, Dedrick. That sounds exactly like a crush. Well, you're not wrong. A crush, by definition, is actually really, really close to what Google says love is. A brief but intense infatuation for someone, especially someone unattainable or inappropriate. Now, of course, the key word here is brief. A crush is said to be brief, which means that it won't last. Now, that's strange when you think about it. How can such an intense feeling for someone just fade away? And that doesn't sound fun at all, honestly. Why would you want to feel something that won't last forever? Why take the risk of a feeling that wouldn't last? Why feel love if one day you're just going to lose it? And when that temporary love sparks out, when that raging passion and flame fizzles into nothing but embers atop a smoldering fire, that is where emptiness settles in. And that, my friends, is what we call heartbreak. Love is such a powerful force, such a powerful feeling. And when it is taken from us before we are ready, we experience heartbreak. Heartbreak. If love was a light, then heartbreak are the shadows that the love leaves behind. If love is the fire, then heartbreak is the burned up logs. If love was the hero, then heartbreak would be the people that they can save. It's a powerful force because it's painful. It's very painful to be heartbroken, truly heartbroken. Because true heartbreak can stop you in your tracks, could bring even the coldest and strongest of people to their knees. But what does that actually have to do with what love is? Well, if you want to truly know a word, and for example like this, you have to learn everything that comes with it. And heartbreak does come with love. But it's not its opposite. Its opposite, well, I feel like heartbreak is a risk of love. It's an invisible contract you sign when you fall in love with somebody. You bear that risk of getting heartbroken. But the opposite of love is hate. And hate is a very powerful thing indeed. Once again, we're going to look at the definition of it. This will be the last time we do, I promise you. Hate actually has a noun and a verb definition as well, which further proves my point that this being the opposite of love. The verb definition being intense or passionate dislike for someone. And the noun is intense or passionate dislike. Now, of course, these kind of emotions are very interesting to deal with because both of these emotions deal with intensity, and it kind of proves how strong love and hate really is. Hate is a polar opposite of love. If love was a hero, hate would be the villain. If love was a light, hate would be the darkness that the light chases away. If love was a fire, then hate would be the cold, chilling air. Hate is dangerous because it doesn't just take you. It doesn't just hurt. It doesn't just make you feel bad. It can take such a deep root in your heart that you don't realize you're hurting yourself. It can twist your mind. All those feelings of love and kindness that you had of a significant other could be tainted and twisted to be memories of pain and regret. It can take your head. It can make your heart grow cold, and it can make you emotionless. Hate can cause people to lose who they are. It can make them lose their reason to even get out of bed and live sometimes. Hate can break even the strongest of people because it's the absence of the one thing we need. Love. Love is powerful, and so is hate. They're two sides of the same coin. Two sides of the same story. Hate, the way I see it, is the absence of love. It's the hole in your heart that is left behind when love is ripped away from you. Hate is the voice in the back of your head. It's the doubt. It's the anger, the hurt, the pain that's left behind once love is gone. Hate doesn't heal. It only destroys. It destroys your self-confidence, your self-worth, self-perspective. It destroys who you are. And that is one of the greatest pains that anyone can ever go through, is losing who you are. Because losing yourself is like walking around in someone else's shoes. It's like being a spectator to your own life. It's like you're alive, but you're not living. Because once you're consumed by hate, you're just numb. And that's the thing. It's so easy to give into our hate. It's so easy to give in, because giving up, letting it consume us, is a lot harder than fighting it. And now you're definitely looking at your screen like, all this just because I want love? I don't want to fall in love anymore. This sounds terrible. Well, love and hate do go hand in hand, of course, because once one leaves, the other stays. Hate is something that only can really be beaten by one thing, and that's love. True love. But how do you know what type you have or want to have? Well, for one, I'm going to be straight with you. Love is not easy. It's not easy in the slightest. We hear stories and fairy tales of princes and princesses falling in love. Hear the term happily ever after so many times that it's basically an endless loop in our head. We hear about the perfect relationships. No arguments. They agree on everything. They love each other. They eat everything together. They do everything together. And they never ever get mad at each other. TikTok, Instagram, YouTube channels. We see all these perfect people with perfect moments and amazing smiles. And just happiness. Everyone seems so happy and perfect. And we look and think, I want that. But here's the thing. Love isn't easy. When you truly love someone, you're going to want what's best for them. And sometimes that means arguments. That means you're going to disagree. It means you're going to be mad at each other. It means you're going to be upset. It means some days you won't talk. And it means that you two will be different. And it means you two, well, you're going to fight. Because love isn't easy, guys. But that's what love is. Now, I'm not saying that arguing every day or fighting every day is good. That's toxic. And toxicity isn't real love. What I mean is, you can be angry at your girlfriend, but in the same breath tell her you love her. You can be angry with your boyfriend and that same day cuddle up to him and fall asleep in his arms. You can argue about whether she should go out or not, but in the same breath tell her how beautiful she is. There will be times when you two don't want to talk, but he's going to text you and tell you how much he misses you. It means with every fight, with every tears, there is healing and understanding. There's another bridge built and more trust between the two of you. And that's how powerful a relationship love can be. It's how you can spend hours just thinking about hanging out with that one specific person. It's how a crush, something that is designed to be a raging inferno that passes on quickly, can be turned into something as small and comforting as a campfire. Something that isn't easy to manage. It requires sacrifice. And sometimes it'll make you mad or sad. But it will stay. That thing called true love that people go on and on and on about, true love will get mad at you. It will get angry at you. True love will make you uncomfortable sometimes. It will make you come out of your comfort zone. Because true love isn't something that goes out. True love isn't something that just sputters out or fizzles. True love is something that lasts for a lifetime. And a lifetime after that. True love is how my parents stood together after 16 years. Or how both my grandparents have been together for over 40. Because true love is going to make you feel worthless. True love is going to make you feel like you're nothing. When true love is shared between two people, then there is nothing that can tear them apart. There is nothing that can separate them. There is nothing that can happen where they will look at each other and say, I hate you. Or, I don't love you anymore. Because if I'm going to get a little biblical here, 1 Corinthians 13:8, New International Version. Love never fails. That means that if it's really love, if it's truly the type of love if it's truly love, it's the type of love that's going to protect you when you're weak. It's the type of love that will love you when you feel unloved. It's the type of love that wants you to grow. It's the type of love that wants you to be happy. It's the type of love that will stand their ground and be by your side. That, my friend, is love. True love. And true love will never fail you. And honestly, there's not much that I can say about, how you found true love. All I know is that you just have a feeling. No matter how old or young or how small or big you are, you'll know when you found that person. And that person will know too, because they'll do whatever it takes to make sure you stay with them. Because love makes you do some crazy things. And honestly, that's what love is. Now, if I didn't really cover the other two, I may do that in another video. Who knows? This took so long to actually animate and edit, but if I had to leave you guys with one message, my brothers and sisters, love is amazing. Love is complicated and beautiful, but it's also simple and can be ugly sometimes. If you really found love, if you know with all your heart that that person really loves you and have proven they love you repeatedly, don't let that just slip away. You got to fight. You got to fight for love, and in turn, it will fight for you. Peace out, my Okai Samurai, and all of you be blessed.